So you're using an AI tool, maybe ChatGPT or something similar, and you get this weird feeling. Like, can I actually trust this thing? If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into today. Yeah, and let's be real, that feeling of unease, it's totally normal. These tools are amazing, but you don't really know where your data is going, or if the answers it's spitting out are even true. It just leaves you with that nagging question, can I really rely on this? That's the million-dollar question, right? How do we tap into these incredible tools without getting tripped up by their hidden risks? Well, stick around, because we're about to break down the exact strategy for doing just that.
Okay, so at the very heart of this problem is something called the confidence trap. Think about it. AI is designed to sound super helpful, super smart, almost human. Its tone is so fluent and professional that you just naturally start to think it knows everything. But here's the catch. That confidence is an illusion, and it can be seriously misleading.
So why do we fall for this so often? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. We're trying to use our old tech habits for this brand new kind of technology, and yeah, as we're about to see, that just doesn't work. Let me show you why.
Now, this slide really gets to the core of it. On one hand, you've got a search engine like Google. What does it do? It retrieves information. It goes out to this giant library, the internet, and brings back existing facts. But generative AI, it's a totally different beast. It creates new stuff. It's basically a superpowered prediction machine, just guessing the next most likely word in a sentence. And that means it can, and often does, hallucinate. It will just make up facts that sound perfectly believable, but are completely wrong.
And the potential pitfalls don't stop there. We often just assume our chats are private, right? But nope, they could be getting used to train the AI. We also forget that these systems learn from us, from human data, which means they can pick up and even amplify our worst biases. And honestly, sometimes the tech just feels so big and confusing that we either trust it blindly or we're too scared to use it at all. Both of those are pretty risky approaches.
Okay, so that's the bad news. We've laid out the problem. But now for the good news. There's this really powerful mental model, a new way of thinking, that can completely flip the script and put you back in the driver's seat. It's all about becoming a stochastic parrot manager.
I know, stochastic parrot sounds a little weird, but it's actually a brilliant way to think about this. Stochastic is just a fancy word for randomly determined. So what you're dealing with is basically a highly advanced parrot. It's not thinking. It's just stitching together words and phrases based on statistical patterns it's seen a billion times. There's no real understanding, no consciousness, no sense of right and wrong. It's just a pattern-matching machine, and that's it.
And that brings us to this crucial shift in mindset. You see, most of us start out as a user. We passively accept whatever the AI spits out. We just kind of trust it and hope for the best. But what we need to become is a manager. A manager doesn't just trust their assistant blindly. No way. You actively supervise their work. You're responsible for the final product. You're the one who has to ensure it's accurate and high quality.
Okay, so becoming a manager sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, it's a lot easier when you have a clear game plan. So here it is, a simple 5-step safety playbook to help you really take control.
All right, let's break it down. Step 1, anonymize your inputs. This is huge. Never, ever feed it sensitive personal info or company secrets. Step 2, tell it not to guess. You can literally add a line to your prompt like, if you don't know the answer, just say you don't know. It works surprisingly well. Step 3, always do a human pass. You've got to verify the facts yourself. 4, audit for bias. Ask yourself, is this output reinforcing a lazy stereotype? And finally, step 5, use grounded sources. This is a pro tip. Instead of asking a general knowledge question, upload a specific document or article and ask the AI to work with that. It's way more reliable.
Okay, let's double-click on that human pass for just a second, because it's so important. If you don't have time to check everything, at least check these big 3. These are the things AI gets wrong all the time. Proper names, specific dates, and any kind of math. Seriously, make this your non-negotiable fact-checking routine.
So what does this manager mindset look like in the real world? Here's a perfect example. Imagine a hiring manager. They could use AI to do the boring, tedious work of summarizing the skills on 100 resumes. That's a great task for an assistant, right? But the manager makes the final call on who to interview and hire. That crucial decision stays with the human to make sure it's fair and to avoid any hidden biases the AI might have.
All right, so to wrap up this playbook, let's just quickly go over the biggest mistakes to avoid. Number 1, a blind copy-paste. Just don't do it, ever. Number 2, assuming your data is private. It's probably not. And number 3, ignoring potential copyright issues. Remember,
As the manager, you are responsible for the final product, warts and all.
Okay, you've got the new mindset, you've got the playbook. Now what? It's time to take your very first, very simple step to put all this into action, like right now.
Here's your mission, if you choose to accept it. As soon as we're done here, I want you to go into the settings of your favorite AI tool. Find the privacy section and look for an option to opt out of data training. Click it. Or if you're about to start a new chat, see if there's a temporary chat or incognito mode. It's one small click that gives you a whole lot more control.
So there you have it. You're not just a passive user anymore. You're the manager. You're in charge of this incredibly powerful, but definitely flawed, new assistant. You now have the mindset and the tools to use it safely and to use it well. So the only question left is, now that you're the manager, what's your first order?
ChatGPT works best when it's given clear instructions. But most people don't know how to structure prompts properly, which leads to low-quality results. I created a digital book that contains carefully written prompts for ChatGPT and other AI tools, designed for real-world use cases across multiple niches. If you want better results from AI, this prompt pack shows you what to ask. Backhand index pointing right link in description and comments.